Hello, guys and gals, and this is Vlog episode 28, I believe. It's been 28 weeks since I started this, and it just happened to start on a Friday, so it's called Vlog Friday. That's about the only reason that it's called that. If it had been started on a Thursday, it would be Vlog Thursday and so forth. And it has a permanent place in the YouTube lineup on my channel, just like the weekly writing challenge, which is on every Monday. So, yeah. Again, that just happened to fall on Monday. I don't know if I actually even planned that. But anyways, that's just like the times that I post everything. Those are basically, or just when I got the inclination to post stuff, and then it just started to be, a daily thing at that time. Anyways, and that says a little bit about consistency. One thing that we are going to talk about is this time is let me check my phone real quick. 99%. Let's unplug. Okay. Don't want to overcharge my phone. We are going to talk about gratitude. Gratitude is super important, and it's a little bit of an overlooked attribute these days, I suppose. Anyways, with all those social platforms out there, it can be difficult to have gratitude, or to be thankful. To me, gratitude and being thankful are close partners. I mean, they'd be like cousins to each other. Gratitude and being thankful. It can be easy to take things for granted, and maybe we aren't quite as thankful as we should be. And so yeah, some people usually or sometimes wait until like Thanksgiving to be thankful, or Christmas, and really, it's being thankful is a year-round thing, and even daily. Um, and that's that. Anyways, what I'm getting at is nothing in particular, I suppose, but it's just something to think about. It's easy to forget, I suppose, and stuff like that. And it's not anything that's ever really happened to me, because anyone that I've ever given stuff to has always been grateful in return and stuff like that. So it's just more a PSA, public service announcement, stuff like that. And there are lots and lots of great people that I'm thankful for, and always will be. But in this day and age, it's really easy to slip into a depression because there's uncertainty and civil unrest, and there's a lot of hateful stuff going on. And the best way to counteract all that hateful stuff is just to be thankful for what you have, and basically to counter all that hatred with love and compassion. Basically, countering hatred with hatred only perpetuates an endless cycle of violence that really never will have any conclusion, unless someone takes the first step to end the cycle. And so anyway, one thing that you can do to basically stop that depression, or maybe just help with those symptoms, is to do something you enjoy at least once a day. Make sure it's something legal. I always have to say that. And you also have to make sure it's within your dietary wheelhouse. I mean, if you're a diabetic, you shouldn't be chowing down on brownies, unless they're sugar-free brownies, in which case it's probably fine. And if you have celiacs or some disease like that, then you probably shouldn't be eating gluten, because that's basically really hazardous and rather toxic. Just like you shouldn't feed your dog or cat chocolate, because it's poisonous to them. Another so yeah, you basically want to make sure that what you do is enjoyable and also not deadly or dangerous to you as a person. Um, so you might want to play one of your favorite video games or watch a movie you enjoy or something like that. Something that will basically take your mind off of it and maybe make you feel a little better. Number two is there's always someone who cares. And even with social platforms like Discord, YouTube, I do consider YouTube a social platform, Facebook, and even people who still do MySpace, even though I don't think that's really a thing anymore. Blah blah blah. Anyways, it's always possible that you can have thousands or even millions of followers or subscribers and still feel that nobody cares, and it's basically society itself, a lie that society perpetuates. Um, Basically, it's easy to feel insignificant in a world full of significance, but the truth is that you are significant, and in my worldview, everyone matters, and everyone, no matter how small their role is, does have a role in society. And there's always someone who cares. And it's really easy to forget that. And so sometimes just remembering that can help also. Number three is also really important. And that is, if you are suffering from an affliction, there is no shame in seeking help. And there used to be a stigma attached with mental illness. And I don't think there is anymore, or at least not to the extent that there was. People are realizing that mental illness is beyond a person's control, and so seeking help, really, there's nothing wrong with that. If there is something that will make you feel better, like an over-the-counter medication or something, doctor prescribed, of course, then there's really no harm in doing that. There's no need to feel needlessly depressed when there's actually a solution that could make you feel better. I know there are people that can manage their depression with, other methods that don't require medication, and that's awesome. I mean, I admire that. I'm just pointing out that there are some people that can't cope without medication. And some of those mental illnesses are like paranoid schizophrenia or bipolar. Those you basically have to be on medication in order to actually function at all. So there's really no shame in seeking help. For no matter how bad things get, there's always hope. And this is also something, if things are really bad in your life, there is always still hope. I mean, it can really be difficult to find sometimes, but there really is hope out there. And holding on to it can really help too. There is a difference between joy and happiness. Now, happiness is situational. I mean, if you wake up with a headache and you have a bad day, then you're not going to be very happy. But if you have an underlining a feeling of joy, then that basically transcends or rises above all situations. And so you can have a sense of ease and peace if you have a sense of joy that will basically counteract any situation you're in, no matter how bad. So it's always good to hold on to hope. Number 5 is that societal tags and labels are pointless. People are people, and that's another thing that we really have to address. It's really easy to judge someone based on the color of their skin or their religion, their sexual orientation, their beliefs, anything like that. It's really easy to do that, but you should never do that too, because people are people. It doesn't matter what color their skin is or what they believe. A person is still a person deep down. And it's always good to treat everyone equally and not really discriminate against anyone, because people are people. And it's easy to forget that sometimes. So I always want to point out that no matter what, people are people. And you should give them the benefit of the doubt. Number 6 is be yourself. There will never be another you. And I always point this out. This doesn't really happen very much anymore. But there's a song, The Real Slim Shady, and that's about basically people mimicking other people and maybe to get more popular, maybe because people are insecure about who they are and and maybe by acting like somebody else, they can get notoriety or fame or something. What I want to say though is that that doesn't actually work usually. The people who are like the most popular on YouTube currently, the top, I would say top five at least, probably the top 2 million, are themselves. They don't pretend to be anybody else. I mean, sure they sometimes make videos, spoofing their outros or intros of somebody else. I know I've done that. I've spoofed Jacksepticeye's out intro and outro before, just because I haven't memorized. Back before he changed it, of course. And I mean, the, the people who are really popular on YouTube are popular because they are who they are. They embrace who they are, and people realize that and love them for it. And the same is true for you. You should always be yourself, and your friends will still like you for whoever you are, for who you are, because who you are matters. And 7 is always think positive thoughts. It is a little bit like a placebo, but it actually works. There have actually been clinical studies of people who think positive thoughts, and there have actually been studies you can look up about positive thinking. There's the book, The Power of Positive Thinking, and there's actual documented proof that thinking positive thoughts actually does help. And that's always something to remember. And I'm not talking about the sarcastic, oh, I'm positive it's going to be a bad day. No, sarcasm just really doesn't have any place in that narrative at all. The important thing is that that you think positive thoughts, because it can actually improve your mood, it can actually help your health, and it can actually improve your overall demeanor. So the next time you don't feel your best, then try and think positive thoughts. Anyways, with all that being said, I think that we've rushed through all of these at a good clip. We always go over these because all these points are very, very important. And so, yeah. Also, if you like this content and you want to see more content, then make sure you like and subscribe, ring the bell so you know when I upload. Also, we have a Discord server now. It will be in the description, and also in the About tab on the channel page thing. Actually, I think that's right. I'm still really new to Discord, but anyways, sorry, I lost my train of thought here. I changed the outro ever so slightly, so now I have to. If you want to support me in any way, all that information will be in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.